Well, hi. I am back. The Wick has been gone for quite a while. I know there's been quite a few people asking, where is Wick? But I am here. So we're back today to do an install. Surprise, surprise. But this time around, we have a Subaru Liberty that we are going to be working on. And as you can see, it's a nice clean Liberty with the factory Mcintosh system. And of course, the big problem with these is the fact that because they run that factory amplifier, does make it quite difficult to then change out the head unit. So that's the goal for today. We're going to be putting a Kenwood 8520 in here, and there's a couple of little tricks that we can do to try and get that factory amplifier all running and working like it should, but with a new unit. So that be the case, I guess we better start pulling this apart and we can start getting into detail on how we're going to make this work. Let's go. So let's have a look inside. Now, the big bonus with the fact that this one actually has the Mcintosh head unit in it means that we don't need the full fascia kit, which is always a big thing with these. It's a Japanese full climate control change because the factory unit is all one piece. So the bonus with these ones is the fact that it's already got the split climate control, so you just need a fascia as such. But obviously the difficult part of these is getting that factory amplifier to work. So let's dig in, start getting this thing apart, and we'll have a look and see what the deal is. All right. So I guess we better start pulling it apart. That'd be a good idea. Been a while since I've done one of these. Oh, yummy. Already finding things. I'm gonna say that is a Bluetooth kit. Yep, that's exactly what that is. Oh, see, look, cloth tape just fixes everything. Not. Oh, convenient. It's got an antenna adapter in here already. Forgot about that. Alright, we're going to be stuck until we can get it all apart. I'm not sure I want to see what's inside here, but we are going to find out anyway. I'm going to say that there's a circuit board. Been wrapped in tape. Oh, twist and tape. Lovely.
Just makes it easy to get rid of.
Well, look, it does make it easier to pull out. There is no question about that, if pulling out's your thing. Alright, and it's time for extraction. I've got some things to do back here. So, this here is the amplifier connection we're talking about. So, you can see it's like a multi-pin DIN cable, and essentially what we need to do is lop this one off the back of the radio. And essentially everything in here will have all our pinouts for front, rear, sub, all the wiring that feeds to the factory amplifier and the trigger to turn the amplifier on. So this is the downside with this, is that the fact you do need to cut the cable off the original unit. I mean, obviously you could source these, but then doing the pinout is also going to be a lot harder. So the fact that we've got it here, this unit's never going to go back in the car again. Even if it had to, you just don't chop it right at the base. You chop it with a little bit of length left on it so that, look, if time comes that it has to go back in the car, wants to go back to stock, it can be done. A little bit of wiring involved, obviously, but it can be done, which is the point. So, we have the unit out. I can get back into here and start stripping out everything else that's in here that does not need to be anymore, and start doing some wiring. Sweet. All right. There's our pile of stuff removed. It's now actually pretty clean back there. One small bonus of people twist and taping is it leaves the wire nice and clean. We have Our reverse camera mounted, and we've got him all wired and run through. The next thing we are up to is the head unit, obviously. First thing I think I'm going to do before I start attacking all of the amplifier wiring is I'm going to attack the steering control. With these ones, they can be a bit of a prick because essentially the steering wires are not in them as they would be normally in most cars. A lot of the time with these, you've got to end up actually pulling the column apart and actually pinch the wires in there because they are a resistive based wiring, but yeah, unfortunately they don't actually work 100% down here like they do in the column. So the easiest bet, which I found with most cars, if you're having issues with steering controls, generally if you go back to the column, you will find where they are actually as a resistive wire. Then obviously as a resistive wire, I mean the Kenwood will run that direct straight in. It's got its own decoding built into the unit, so makes it a little bit easier. Don't have to run steering control modules or anything like that, so that's a bit of a win. I'll start pulling this apart, and once I've got this column apart, we'll have a look and see what wires are going to work. All right, so I'm going to start getting this dropped down. There we go. So you can see we've got a couple of harnesses up in here, and my guess is it's going to be this one. That's going to be airbag. Don't touch a yellow plug. Always airbags. Just leave them alone. Best bet. Trust me. All right. So next thing will be I'm going to have a poke through these wires and find out where my resistive wires are, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, got him worked out. So I don't know if that's focusing properly, but we have an orange white and a purple white down in the column in here. You can see we've got a resistance showing up on my multimeter there, and if I go and push a couple of buttons, you can see we've got resistance change, and that is exactly what we're looking for. Boop ba doop ba doop. So that's good news. Basically all I'll need to do now is get these extended, run up to the back of the head unit, hook it up to our Kenwood fly lead, and we should have some steering controls working. So that's good. We'll get that run, and then it's on to the amp cable. Fun, fun. So of course, first things first, like I was saying before, we need to hack him off. And that is what we need. That is now pretty much useless except for the hazard button. We need to pull the hazard button out, and that goes in the new fascia. But that unit is now finished. I'll put a link in the description for the pinout that I found that actually does this properly, and start wiring this thing up. All you need really is some male RCA with bare end. You can obviously use whatever RCAs you like, providing you know you can get them to connect properly. Other than that, that's it. That and a bit of remote wire. I'll strip this back and start getting it wired. And there it is, there's our harness. So as you can see, we've got fronts, rears, sub, remote trigger, and obviously just leads straight back to our DIN plug. That is good to go. We can go and finish this install. Sweet. And we are done. All came out sweet. So we'll have a quick look. And before I get a copyright strike, I'll turn the music down. But obviously we have audio, we are all in and good to go. I probably don't really need to explain too much about the Kenwood itself. I mean, they are a great deck. Into reverse, we have our reverse camera working, which is good. But other than that, all under control, and I've done it on accessory as well. So of course, if you want to access that camera while you're driving, you can do so. But all is good, all is working. So that is a win. And of course we do have Our steering controls all up and running as well. So, mint is all good. That's another install done, and I'm back. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, we'll see you then. See ya.